Hello dear students, we are in unit 4, that is multiple access. In the previous sessions, we learned that multiple access means many users utilizing the satellite bandwidth. There are few multiple accessing techniques like frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, code division multiple access, and demand access multiple access. So these are the 4 types of multiple access techniques available. In the previous sessions, we learned what is FDMA and what is TDMA. We came to know that there are few drawbacks in these two multiple access techniques. For example, in FDMA, the drawback is if the frequency channel allotted to a particular user, if the user is unable to utilize the bandwidth through the frequency channel, then the bandwidth is getting wasted. So how many users are not utilizing, so that much amount of bandwidth is getting wasted. This is the drawback of FDMA. In TDMA, there are few drawbacks. That is, in TDMA, we learned that there is a time slot given to a specific user. So in that time slot only, he needs to access the satellite bandwidth. If the user is not available to access the bandwidth in a particular time slot, so in that time slot, nobody is able to access. No other user has permission to access the bandwidth. So bandwidth is getting wasted. There is another drawback in TDMA, that is, for example, there are 10 users. The first user has accessed the bandwidth, and he has to access the bandwidth once again. So if this is the condition, he has to wait until 10th user has accessed the bandwidth of the satellite. So it is a cycle process. The first user need to access the bandwidth, next time slot given to second user, next time slot given to third user, and so on, 10th user. After that, again, the first user will come into the picture to access the bandwidth. So this is again a drawback. Fine. So in order to overcome these problems, there is another type of multiple access, that is code division multiple access. CDMA is a channel access method used by many radio communication technologies. So here, when a transmitter is sending the information, when a transmitter is sending the information, he will send the data along with a code, along with a spreading code. So the user who knows, or the receiver who knows the code, will be accessing the data transmitted by the transmitter. Here there is no priority given in terms of frequency or in terms of time period. The priority is given in the form of spreading code. So the transmitter will transmit the data along with the spreading code. So here you can observe the bandwidth is completely utilized by the spreading code. There is no interference of the noise or any other bits. So to permit this without undue interference between the users, CDMA employs SPED spectrum technology. So it is a special coding scheme. So where every transmitter has a code, and the receiver or the user who knows the code will be accessing the bandwidth, or will be accessing the data transmitted by the transmitter. Okay, so CDMA optimizes the use of available bandwidth as it transmits over entire frequency range and does not limit the user's frequency range. This is very important. Okay, so compared to FDMA and TDMA, the accessing of the data by the users, okay, accessing of the bandwidth by the users is efficient in CDMA. So in order to understand this in a simple fashion, I will give the same example what we have discussed in for FDMA and TDMA. That is, there is a highway or road. So there is a traffic congestion some morning 7 to 10 or 11. Okay, so some people are utilizing the road properly and some people are not utilizing the road properly. Okay, we came to know that if we constructed a road or we divided the road into number of paths and assigned the path to the cars or buses or lorries, we came to know that is the given that this example is given for to understand FDMA. We came to know that if the particular vehicle car, okay, is not utilizing the road, that path is getting wasted. This is the example given for FDMA. For TDMA, I have given another example that I will be giving time slot for cars morning 7 to 7:30. So 7 to 7:30 only cars will be utilizing the road. 7:30 to 8 another buses will be utilizing the road. Okay. So morning 7 to 7:30, if no car is available to utilize the road, so 7 to 7:30 in that slot, okay, the road is there is no utilization of the road. Similarly, this is the example given for the TDMA. That is, if a time slot is given to a particular user and the user is not utilizing the bandwidth, so for a time slot, for that particular time slot, bandwidth is misused, is not used properly. Okay, so here the aim is efficient utilization of the bandwidth. Okay, so this can be achieved using code division multiple access. I will be giving a token for each and every vehicle. Okay, for each and every vehicle. Which vehicle is ready, I will allow the vehicle to go through the road, to pass through the road. Whoever is ready. Okay, if car is ready, okay, you can utilize the road. If bus is ready, you can utilize the road. If some people are not ready, okay, just leave it. Whoever ready, show the token, utilize the road. So this is what the example for CDMA. Okay, in CDMA, the transmitter, that is the satellite, transmits the data along with a spreading code. If the receiver or the user knows that spreading code, whoever has this code will access the bandwidth or will access the data. Okay, so this technique avoids so many problems or so many drawbacks that were present in FDMA and TDMA. Okay, and if you observe, this CDMA is widely used in various radio communication technologies nowadays. Okay, so in the next class, the next lecture, we will try to learn interesting topic. Thank you very much.